Fan Appreciation Day at PNC Park, and the entire team spread out throughout the gates today, greeting fans as they enter the yard to see the Pirates take on the Cincinnati Reds for the final time in 2012. A little bit drizzly and cool here, but you're going to play it because the Reds need this game for certain. They're still battling for the top record in the National League at home field throughout, and Andrew McCutchen, who was the hero last night, snapped an 0-for-16 skid. He's fallen a bit behind in the race for the National League batting crown, but maybe, just maybe, that home run last night can spark him for some more multi-hit efforts over the final 4 games of the regular season. Pirates looking for a series victory today as well, as the series is even at a game apiece entering today's contest. Wandy Rodriguez, the left-hander, looking for his 13th victory. He has won 4 in a row, and he's 5-4 as a Pirate. He hasn't lost a game since the 24th of August. Take a look today at the Rivers Casino tips to win. Bob, what do the Bucks need to do?
Well, we were talking about the home run that Kutch hit. He's got to get hot. Hopefully he can capitalize on that and really mentally go up there with a great attitude and have those multiple hit games that he needs. And we can't be at 500 unless we win today. We have to win out, obviously. Today's a big game. They all are. These next 4, we've got to push. They've got to get this W. And Snyder out in right field, I saw that today. Made me think back to maybe the best catch we've seen this year where he was able to climb the fence. Well, this is the Clemente wall. He climbed this one. You got to be a spider. I'd like to see him go up this wall.
Snyder man. The way whatever a Snyder can.
The way he pulled off that catch in New York, I wouldn't be surprised if he could get at least 3/4 of the way up the Clemente fence. Man can climb.
Well, Snyder back out there today in right field. And the 21-foot high Clemente wall. Wandy Rodriguez has left the third base dugout.
It's a pretty steady drizzle coming down right now. It's not going to be good playing conditions this afternoon. It's cool. It's raining. Going to be tough.
And because of the wet field, Ryan Ludwig was scratched from the Cincinnati lineup. And so Chris Spire, the acting manager, sends this lineup out instead with Brandon Phillips leading off. Wilson Valdez at short today. Votto at first. Frazier makes his first career start in right. Heisey's in left. Cairo at third, and Drew Stubbs. When he scores a run, the Reds are 47-6. Hannigan bats 8th and does the catching. Johnny Cueto looking for his 20th win of the season, bats 9. And the faces Wandy Rodriguez, and you can see the precipitation. That's a thrill right there for that youngster, getting an autograph right in center field from Andrew McCutchen. As game time approaches, the sky is opening up just a little bit more over PNC Park.
Wandy trying to get used to what's going to be a little bit of a slippery mound this afternoon. Take a look at his numbers, brought to you by the Western Pennsylvania Chevy dealers. There they are, another fine year. He's going to go over 200 innings. Always the mark of a solid, better starting pitcher when you can get over 200. 132 strikeouts on the year. Not going to be easy today, though.
Will not be easy. The conditions are going to make it tough, certainly. And defensively, got to be on your toes with the wet grass. Alex Presley in left field, McCutchen in center, Snyder in right. Alvarez and Barnes on the left side of the infield. With Josh Harrison starting at second base, Jones at first, and Ron Barajas catching Wandy Rodriguez. Umpires today, Angel Hernandez at first base. Mark Carlson behind the plate calling the balls and strikes. Ed Hickox at second, and Chris Conroy is over at third. So Hernandez, the crew chief, right there.
You can already see some shiny spots, especially on the warning track on the left field side, right around where the rain tarp is.
And the weather had held off for quite some time, but right here around game time, the steady rain started to fall.
Yeah, look how much water is on the sides already.
Brandon Phillips, a .283 hitter, did not play in the game last night, was held out. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. And what the Reds are doing, giving some guys an opportunity to get a rest here and there. Last night was Phillips' turn. Today, Cozart, the shortstop, is out. as well as Roland, the third baseman. And a check swing foul ball. It's 0-2. Wandy getting ahead of Phillips.
There's the rain coming down on top of the dugout. Yeah, they're getting ready for the playoffs. That's job one for the Reds right now. They want to be in the best physical condition they can be. They want to get the rotation set the way they want. Kind of a fun time for a big league team after you get things clinched and before the playoffs start.
1-2 fouled back. Yeah, they're also trying to get that #1 seed. The Washington Nationals at 96 and 62, a game in front of Cincinnati at 95 and 63. The Reds, with a win today or a San Francisco Giants loss to San Diego, would clinch home field in the first round of the playoffs should they end up playing the Giants. Chris Spire, perhaps in his last day as acting manager of the Reds. Dusty Baker expected to return tomorrow. And Johnny Cueto waiting to throw his first pitch as he continues his quest for 20 wins. Strike 3 called, and Phillips is out.
Dropped the curveball on him. Here it comes. Everything up and in, up and in. Boy, that one just barely dropping in. I saw it live. I didn't realize it was that high.
Pitch to Wilson Valdez is high. Valdez started at second base last night, had a base hit, went 1 for 3 with a sacrifice.
Boy, the rain's coming down. It might be a big strike zone as the umpire's trying to get this game in.
Well, what kind of challenges are they going to have today? Multiple challenges, you'd think. Again, the Reds have to play this game, and you would think that they're going to let it go as long as they possibly can before calling for the grounds crew.
Well, the challenge will be the footing for the mound and the batter's box. Those will be the two places that they're going to have to really pay attention to and keep on top of. And then the rain is supposed to be spotty today. 10 minutes from now it could stop and we might be dry the rest of the afternoon. You just don't know.
Wandy's 3-1. That's a strike. And a full count to Wilson Valdez. Valdez, a journeyman infielder, last year with the Phillies. Been around a little bit. He chops this one fouls. Wandy comes in with a pitch in the strike zone, which he'll have to do again right here. 1 out, top of the first. Brandon Phillips struck out looking to start the ball game. Atlanta comes in tomorrow to start a 3-game series. And a base hit to right by Valdez. One on and 1 out for Joey Votto.
Much middle of the strike zone. Valdez not the greatest hitter in the world.
Here comes Angel Hernandez, the crew chief, and they're going to call for the grounds crew right now. We're on the top of the first inning with 1 out, and they're calling for the tarp.
You know, it seems to be getting lighter right now, though. Just as they're doing that, it's like the sun is starting to come out. It was very dark 5 minutes ago, but not so much right now.
Well, Chris Spire wants to know what's going on, so he's talking to Hernandez.
The sun's coming out.
Sun is coming out, and they're calling for the tarp. Clint Hurdle up on the top step of the dugout.
Take a quick look at my.
Now, Manny Lopez, the head groundskeeper, coming over to talk to Angel Hernandez.
I could see him delaying it when the game started. It was horrible conditions, but now the rain seems to be lightening up, and the sun's starting to come out.
They're telling the guys not to pull the tarp. The guys were at the ready to pull the tarp, and then after the head groundskeeper talked to the crew chief, said, hey, we're going to hold off for a minute. They're going to cover the mound at home plate for now, but it looks like there is a break right behind this.
According to my pocket radar map here, it's about to stop. It's almost gone through.
It's already lightened up quite a bit just as we look out there. So I think they're going to keep the tarp off the field and just maybe do a little bit of maintenance.
That's kind of the forecast today was gonna come and go.
A little wet stuff on the North Shore.
It's looking at my with the radar that I have in my hand. It's about done.
See, the grounds crew has excellent radar, and now Clint Hurdle telling the guys, all right, let's go back out there. They're going to play. Well, that might be the best rain delay all season right there.
Well, you could look up at the sky and see the sun that behind us, looking out toward the west. You can see the sun, and that's where everything's coming. It's coming from the west to the east. You can see from that shot there's still rain coming down, but it won't be for that much longer. And in fact, you can almost see how much brighter it is. There you go. You're looking. That's looking, I guess, toward the south a little bit. But you can see how the darker clouds are on their way out, and it's about to quit.
So the grounds crew will quickly cover up the tarp, get all their stuff off the field, and Manny Lopez and Angel Hernandez continuing to confer, and now the grounds crew and the stadium operations crew might do a little minor repair here.
Yeah, we've only played 1/3 of an inning, and it can't be that much different from when he threw the first pitch. If it was good enough to throw the first pitch, not a whole lot had happened. Two hitters.
Wandy taking advantage. A few more warm-up tosses. Michael McHenry is out there for Rod Barajas. Wondering if Rod took his gear off, figuring it was a rain delay. He wants to get his gear back on, so yeah, he's got it back on. He's coming up the dugout steps, and he will take over the catching duties here. We're going to get back to playing some baseball after a brief delay. In the top half of the first inning, Brandon Phillips struck out looking to start the game. Wilson Valdez a base hit to right field. And now Joey Votto at the plate, 1 on 1 out. And man, this sun is starting to get a little brighter, although it is raining a little.
It's just kind of a light misty type rain. Now this is the type of rain that we had most of the morning. Just a little very light sprinkle coming through here and there. The heaviest rain the entire day we've had was right at game time at first pitch.
The field brightened up considerably.
Oh yeah.
First pitch to Votto, swing and a miss.
During the open, we'd have to break the scrim out.
That's TV talk, Bob.
That was probably the first TV word I learned. Scrim.
Well, Votto is in for a called strike.
First time they dropped the scrim, I thought we were going to get attacked by mosquitoes or something, and I didn't know about it.
You thought it was a mosquito net?
Yeah. What's this? We're going to have to look through this for the game?
That's happened before.
It is like a screen door, though. You can kind of see through it.
Rain dripping off the roof of the dugout. Votto hooks it foul over that dugout into the seats. Still 0-2 to Joey Votto. Joey's hit Wandy Rodriguez very well during his career. 18 out of 48 with a home run, hitting .375 against the Bucs left-hander. All those numbers coming while a member of the Houston Astros. Here's the pitch. The tapper back to Rodriguez, past him. Harrison will pick it up, underhand to first, and that retires Votto. 2 men out, and Valdez goes over to first base.
Fooled on the pitch. One-handed swing right off the end of the bat, just trying to make contact, not have a swing and miss. He almost was lucky enough to get a base hit out of it. Anderson able to come in and make the play quick enough. Seems like we're having a lot of different guys moving in and out of second base of late. I'm sure it'll be like that the last 4 days.
Todd Frazier at the plate. Pops it fouling out of play. 0-1 to Frazier.
His first start in right field this afternoon.
Little different look in the right field at PNC Park because of the short porch behind you and the wall that's 21 feet high. First time getting a chance to play out there cannot be easy all the time. Strike 2 to Frazier. Well, if you got to be in Pittsburgh on the anniversary of Roberto Clemente's 3,000th hit, good day to be here. 40 years ago today. Pitch inside. 1-2 to Frazier.
Right field wall, one for Roberto, the Clemente wall, 21 feet high.
One and two, the count to Frazier. Valdez, the runner at second base. 2 outs, top of the first. Here's the pitch. Popped him up. And Barmes gives way to Harrison. And Harrison will make the catch in front of the second base bag. The runs a hit a man left after a half inning. It's the Reds nothing. And the Pirates coming to bat against Johnny Cueto. A little bit wet day here in Pittsburgh. Pirates lineup brought to you by Toyota. Presley leads off, then Harrison and Andrew McCutchen. Third career walk-off home run last night. Home run number 31 on the season. Jones hitting in the cleanup spot, then Pedro batting 5th. Snyder in there hitting 6th. Barnes 7th. Rob Barajas in the 8th hole. Wandy Rodriguez, the switch hitting pitcher, bats 9th. Facing right-hander Johnny Cueto in search for win number 20. Cueto looks to become the Reds' first 20-game winner since Danny Jackson in 1988.
Pretty good numbers. 210 innings, 164 Ks.
It's been tough on the Pirates too. 2-1 this year against the Bucks with a 288 earned run average. Behind him in left field is Chris Heisey. A late insert for Ryan Ludwig due to the wet conditions. Stubbs and Frazier. Then Cairo playing third base today with Valdez, the shortstop, Phillips at second, Votto at first, and Ryan Hannigan doing catching for Cueto. First career starting right for Frazier. And tough conditions behind him. There's a lot of wet stuff on the track. Perhaps on the entire warning track of PNC Park, the most water has accumulated in front of the scoreboard in right field.
Yeah, there's actually pretty good puddles down there. Anybody has to go in that direction, going to get their feet wet.
Grounds crew trying to do everything they can between innings to make this field a little better, a little less wet. Let's take a look at our Barrel Automotive League leaders while we have a moment. National League leaders in wins. Gio Gonzalez of the Nationals, the first to 21 wins. R.A. Dickey got his 20th against the Pirates on Thursday, and Johnny Cueto looking for number 20 today. Barrel driven to be better. And Johnny Cueto, certainly along with R.A. Dickey and Gio Gonzalez, has to be considered for the Cy Young Award. R.A. Dickey, an outstanding year. His team not going to the postseason, but Gonzalez getting to 21 wins, and Cueto, his team going to the postseason. And both Gonzalez and Cueto heading that way. Lance Lynn with 17. I don't think Lynn's got enough wins to be considered for the Cy, but I think you'd have to say that the two front runners have to be Cueto and Gonzalez, with Dickey a close third.
I don't know. Coming from New York, people were talking there like Dickey is a slam dunk.
Well, that's because that's New York.
I know, so I don't know what to think about it as far as who to vote for, which way to go. I mean, Dickey has a great earned run average, lower than Cueto's.
Well, to most in New York, they feel the Pacific Ocean is somewhere on the lower west side.
R.A. Dickey, didn't he lead the league in strikeouts? I think he's right there in the Triple Crown categories. Leads in ERA, leads in strikeouts, and is one back in wins. A lot of people, I think R.A. Dickey's the -- guy.
We'll see how it turns out.
And there was talk, I remember when we were in Cincinnati last time, that Chapman will get some votes.
He could.
Which could bleed some votes away from Cueto.
Now it's Presley takes a strike. No balls, one strike to the Pirates left fielder.
Split the Cincinnati Red vote.
This went a long way foul out of play down the left side. Well, yeah, that's a possibility. But being in New York, and with the vast number of media that are in New York who will write that R.A. Dickey wants or should get the Cy Young Award, it's certainly going to help him more than anything else. Cueto's 0-2. And Presley to left field, fairly deep, going back. Heisey makes the catch. One out for the Pirates in the bottom of the first inning. I think the numbers for Gio Gonzalez can speak for themselves. You've got a team that has had a terrific turnaround in the Washington Nationals. Absolutely outstanding. And he's a 21-game winner right now on a team that might have the best record in baseball when it's all said and done. And Cueto could be a 20-game winner on the team that might have the best record in baseball when it's all said and done. Cincinnati native Josh Harrison takes a strike.
It sounds like you're the opinion that what your team does has an effect on the Cy Young Award.
Doesn't it for the MVP?
Oh, most definitely. I think it should be for the MVP. I'm a big believer in that. But Cy Young is kind of an individual award. Much more than. Now, that's why I've always said they should have a Player of the Year award. The MVP is, more about, I think, what you mean to how valuable are you to your team? Who's the most valuable guy to their team in the entire league?
And a pitcher could be the MVP, and it could be the Player of the Year if you add that award. Harrison looks at the 0-2 low, 1-2.
The Cy Young Award to me is Pitcher of the Year.
A 3-horse race. 1-2. That's the count to Harrison. One out, bottom of the first. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Josh. Looks like the rain is pretty much let up. Just a very, very light smattering of it now. 2-2 pitch coming from Cueto. Struck out Harrison. 2 men out. And the hero from last night, Andrew McCutchen.
Batting third, center fielder, number 22, Andrew McCutchen.
Andrew McCutchen, 31 home runs, 329 his average. Trying to get that to climb. He chases Buster Posey for the National League batting crown. 31 home runs, 21 steals. McCutchen just the 4th player in Pirates history to reach those totals in one season. Dave Parker in '78. Barry Bonds did it in 3 straight seasons. And Jason Bay also did it. He was the last Pirate to do it in 2005. McCutchen and Ryan Braun of the Brewers, the only players in the majors this season with at least 30 homers and 20 steals.
Kind of a funny thing that happened there with Cueto. Why it's taken so long to get this pitch. He was complaining about the balls coming out there being wet, so they went all the way over the dugout, got a nice fresh dry one out of the can along with a new dry rosin bag, and he took it out. The home plate umpire hand delivered it to the mound to him, handed it to him. He walked up there, dropped the ball, and it rolled out across the grass, and he had to throw it back in and get another one. Anything that touches that grass is instantly soaked right now.
2-0, a swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike to Kutch. 329 for Kutch, 337. Edinson Volquez, a former Red, pitching for the Padres against Posey and the Giants.
He needs to get extremely hot, and to be totally realistic, he needs Posey to have a couple of overs.
And last night, Posey went 2 for 2 with a walk. He had 3 plate appearances, and while he was 2 for 2, he was taken out of the game last night. So his average is where it is, 3-1. And then missed ball 4, and the Pirates have a base runner.
You know, normally a walk is good for your batting average. You lose that at bat, but as we showed, he needs hits. Walks aren't going to do him any good. The walks based on balls, that would help you out, you know, during the regular season. Takes those at bats off your record, but right now, 4 games left. Got to get base hits.
Strike 1 to Garrett Jones.
Hey, I got 1 left.
25 homers for Garrett. He has 43 here at PNC Park in his career, 2 shy of tying Brian Giles for 3rd most in PNC Park history. Jason Bay, the leader, 61. Craig Wilson next at 47. And behind in the count is Jones. Hitting .314 with runners on. 2 outs and McCutchen at first. Johnny Cueto looks in at Garrett Jones. And the pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cueto's had success during day games. In 16 daytime starts prior to this one, he's 12-2 with a 2.03 earned run average. Throw to first, and McCutchen gets back. One thing certainly the Pirates are going to concentrate on for the 2013 season is better stolen base percentage. They've not felt their running game is where it should be. They felt it's under par this year. Been caught 12 times, only a 63% success rate.
You see the league average is 74%. And the league doesn't have Kutch's speed. Most of them anyway.
He's got terrific speed. You know, base stealing's not all about speed. Obviously, we know that. It's a lot to do with reading the pitcher when you make your break. Talking about the jump. And that guy got good speed, and he has been showing us he can get a good jump too in Marte. 2-2 to Garrett Jones. Time is called. Jones stays alive. Cueto facing the Pirates today has won 2 in a row. But prior to that, he had lost 3 straight ball games. But more often than not, he has been on the money for Cincinnati this season. Two. Jones fouls it back. Neil Walker in uniform today. He's got the herniated discs in his back. His L4 and L5 discs. And no surgery is going to be required for Neil as long as he maintains the program they're going to put him on with rest and a certain workout regimen. As long as he takes care of his back, he'll be back in good shape next year. Starting his rehab right now, trying to get that started early. And he knows how important the record is for the Pirates. Being a Pittsburgher himself, he feels worse about it than anybody that he's hurt and unable to play. This will be the 9th pitch to Garrett Jones from Johnny Cueto. He struck him out. 2 strikeouts in the inning. Pirates leave a man. We'll head to the second. No score at PNC Park. Fan Appreciation Day at PNC Park. And the Pirates trying to show their appreciation with a win here today early on, top of the second inning. Good crowd on hand today. They've endured some chilly temperatures, 55 degrees at game time, coupled with some precipitation. Putting up with a little bit of the wet stuff. Wandy Rodriguez steals the first pitch of the second inning to Chris Heisey, low for ball 1. One-0 pitch, and Heisey fouls it off to the right. One ball and 1 strike to Heisey. Ryan Ludwig got a pinch hit double last night. That run ended up coming around to score to tie it. But he was going to start today, but they're just being careful with him with the wet conditions, so Heisey gets the start instead. And Heisey pops out to Jones. You can place your deposit for 2013 Pirates season tickets today. From full season to half and 20 game plans, there's a plan that's right for you. Enjoy great benefits all season long, like batting practice in the Pirates cages, Q&A with Pirates management, and more. To place your deposit, go to pirates.com/2013. Miguel Cairo slaps one up the middle for a base hit. Veteran utility infielder. Here's the first man aboard for the Reds in the second inning.
We're talking about this just last inning, about what goes on with these kind of teams that have things all sewed up. It's not all about getting your guys the rest. It's about getting guys like Miguel Cairo, your bench players, get them some regular at bats before you're going into. Helps them too. Cairo only hitting 179. I'd like to get him some playing time going into the playoffs. Get his bat a little work so make sure he is ready to do whatever job he's called. He's kind of like the super sub over there. Can play everywhere. Been around a long time.
For those bench players, you never know. That one at bat can get so magnified when it comes to the postseason. Hot shot, lighted Barnes. Cairo able to get back to first base. 2 men out.
Might be a bench guy too, that or a part-time type player that really gets hot and goes crazy. It has a big postseason. Hit very hard, had a hook on it. Arm was able to take a quick step to his right. Pretty sure last time Pirates were in the playoffs in '92. I think who it was that we had somebody who was part-time that got real hot. Not like quite hot, but come to me. I got to think about. I got to go through the roster now.
Going through in your head. Process of elimination.
Yeah, this will take a while.
Okay.
Trying to think the extra guys on that team.
Meanwhile, Ryan Hannigan at the plate. And he takes low. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Oh, I know. It was Lloyd McClendon. That was he's the one that got
legendary.
Yeah, I'm going to say he hit about 500 in that series. Yeah. Really, and Lloyd was kind of a part-time type player and played a little right field, played a little first base, catch very occasionally, but yeah, he was the guy that got pretty hot in that series. Did a lot of good work on offense. But that's the way it is sometimes. Is it'll be somebody that you don't really expect step forward. It's just a short series. You get hot for 4 or 5 games, you can be the man. You can be the MVP of the series.
These guys had series experience. Just rub it off. Actually, I think he spilled something on him trying to catch that ball. I don't think the ball hit him. I think
oh darn.
He spilled his beverage.
Accidentally.
Yeah, it's all over his hat, too.
It's probably just had a bottle of water. Sure, it's all it was.
I'm guessing not. I'm going to differ on that one. Unless that that water was golden and had some suds on it. There's probably some water in it. It's a nice job by the young man. He's got all his gear with him, his glove.
He is
big
ready.
Backpack to store the ball in.
That'll be a story for school.
Hannigan fouls this one off. Hold on to your beverages. And he's holding on to that baseball. Look at that. Didn't even drop his phone. Wandy's 2-2. Full count. And that'll force Cairo to take off from first base. Hannigan started game 1 Friday night behind the plate. He figures to be the regular catcher during the postseason. Diana Navarro has been coming off the bench, getting more of the reps than Devin Mesoraco, who was the backup for most of the year. Tough at bat for Hannigan. That guy was okay, huh?
I've heard of him.
Johnny Bench. Set the benchmark for most catchers. There goes Cairo, and the pitch is low, ball 4, and Wandy loses his hand again. They'll bring up Johnny Cueto. 2 on and 2 out. Well, just some news out of San Diego today, where the Giants are playing the Padres. Buster Posey is not in the lineup. Day game after the night game for the catcher. Hector Sanchez is going to catch instead, and Aubrey Huff's playing first base. Posey will occasionally play first base. He had split some time there this year with Brandon Belt and Huff.
And now, since he is the leader, losing at bats is good for him, obviously. I mean, not playing or base on balls, that's all good stuff for Posey. And that even makes it tougher for that man.
With the Giants winning the National League West crown, they're getting ready for the postseason. So Posey getting some rest at this point in time. And I don't think this is a situation even close to what we saw with the Mets' Jose Reyes last year. Bunted for a base hit, his first at bat in the game, then sat the rest of the day out and watched himself win a batting title in a close race. And Cueto down on strikes. Second strikeout of the afternoon for Wandy Rodriguez. No score through an inning and a half on Fan Appreciation Day.
Is brought to you by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. By your Toyota dealers. Life is all about the ride. See your Western Pennsylvania Toyota dealers today for a great car with a great deal. And by Day Automotive. We're gonna make your day. Let's go Bucks.
Super image from last night. McCutcheon's third career walk-off home run. He went to the opposite field to do it. Home run number 31. What does he have in store offensively for the rest of the game today? We'll have to wait and see. These youngsters want to know too.
He's having to dry off his own bench there.
Fleece blanket giveaway today, and they came in handy for a lot of folks.
They have a Gore-Tex lining.
Might need it. Temperatures more like football weather today. Pedro Alvarez hits one deep to left field. Heisey going back to the corner and reaches up for the catch.
Almost.
A couple of left-handed hitters have flied out deep to left already. Presley in the first, and now Alvarez leading off the second.
Just about the time that the wall makes the turn and starts getting shallow, that's where the ball was caught. Needed to have a little more slice on it. They'd have been out of here.
One out, base is empty for Travis Snyder. Snyder man. Think back to that catch. Mike Baxter from the Mets probably still thinking about that catch. I don't think Baxter probably slept very well that night, watching how on every channel that shows anything about sports they showed Snyder scaling the wall at Citi Field.
It was a kind of a neat thing to watch the fans behind the fence. Their reaction to it was priceless.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Snyder. It's certainly worth looking at again. This is one of the best you'll ever see. Climbing the wall. Baxter thinks he's got it. Thinks he's got a home run. And Snyder, the key, I think, was that first step. He went halfway up on the first step and just caught it in the webbing.
Way above the wall.
Strike 3 called, and Snyder down on strikes. 3rd strikeout for Cueto.
Fastball just nicked the inside corner.
Shortstop Clint Barnes facing Cueto. Strike 1.
A lot of talk last winter about trying to cut down on the strikeouts. Club set a record last year, but it didn't happen. Struck out more times this year, so I'm sure it's going to be a subject to talk about again, figuring out some way to keep the strikeouts down.
Yeah, strikeouts up all around baseball, but that's not any excuse. Certainly no player, no coach would take that as an excuse and say, well, we're just living with the trend. Cairo lost the handle on the ball, and Barnes will be safe. Barnes will be credited with a base hit.
Yep, where's the ball?
It's the okie doke. He was just trying to fake him out. Looks like he's got a grip.
Yeah, and it just came out.
Rod Barajas with 2 outs and a man aboard. It's just off the plate outside. Rod coming down to the end of his first season with the Pirates. There's a club option on Rod for next season, and the off season will be interesting. See whether or not the team picks it up. The player always wants to know. That's one of the things at this time of the year too players are thinking about is those who are at the end of their contracts and so on and so forth. They wonder what's going to happen next year. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch, and Barajas breaks his bat. Cairo's got to get out of the way. Now they can't decide who's going to throw him out, and it'll be nobody as Barajas beats it out. A base hit. A bat-aided base hit because both Valdez and Cairo saw that thing helicoptering toward them, and neither one wanted to get speared by it.
What do I always say about young pitchers? Don't be afraid of the bat.
Yeah, but you mean it in a different manner.
You can't be afraid of the bat. It looked like both players were really concentrating on the ball. I didn't see him really looking at the bat. I just think that they thought that ball was hit a little harder. They realized it was going to die on the grass.
Ended up throwing the lead block for Barajas.
Valdez is practicing his windup. What's
Stay
that all
loose.
about?
Staying loose. Rodriguez pops it up. Shallow left field, foul ground. Cairo will make the catch. And on the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. We'll head to the third. No score.
Two innings, and we are now joined by the great Roberto Clemente Jr. and 40 years ago today, the great one, hit number 3,000. What a celebration, what a party. You guys are enjoying the heck out of this, aren't you?
We're having a great time, and I mean, very proud that, 40 years ago today, Dad was able to accomplish that feat. Really, it's something very special to us, and obviously, for him to be the gatekeeper of that 3,000 hit club, it's something very special for us, and being the first Latino to ever, get to that number is something that for us forever will be part of our lives, and we're very proud of it.
What was going through your head? What were you thinking during the ceremony before the game?
Well, number one, I have Mom next to me, and Dad picked the perfect woman to be his wife, and obviously our mother, and all the accolades that Dad has had. I think that Mom deserves as much and even more.
He's a Hall of Fame player. He was a better man. How proud does that make you feel?
Even better. I mean, being a player, yes. I mean, you're born with a great talent, but to be able to get to that point, but become a better person every day, it means a lot more than being a baseball player, and that's his legacy, being a humanitarian.
Thank you so much. So good to see you.
My pleasure.
God bless
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Gentlemen, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Paul. Roberto Clemente Jr., his brother Luis is here, Mom Vera. And a very good ceremony prior to the game. Steve Blass, part of it. Of course, Roberto's teammate. Manny Sanguillen, who we see often at the ballpark. Also a former teammate. And it's quite a moment that was. 3,000 hits and that image of him, that silhouette.
Well, to a lot of people,
off his cap.
Roberto Clemente is the face of the Pittsburgh Pirates to many, many people. Not only a special player, but a special man.
Had a great experience about a week and a half ago or so on Roberto Clemente Day, going to a local school and being able to share the story of Roberto with a lot of kids. Brandon Phillips sings a leadoff single. And the kids knew who he was. I mean, they were real young kids, all about first, second, third, fourth grade in that area, and they all know the legacy. Got to show them a video, and the entire team was there. Clint Hurdle was there, Neil Huntington was there, Frank Coonley, team president, was there, and just a great day to share the story of Roberto Clemente with another generation. And we've been doing that each year. on Roberto Clemente Day. And 2 years ago, Luis and Vera were able to be with us at the school we attended. There's Wilson Valdez. 1 for 1 today. His average up over 200. He started the day at 198. There goes Phillips, and the ball hit into right field, hit and run. Phillips will head to third base. And the Reds now with runners on the corners and nobody out for Joey Votto.
Phillips did a little something funny going around third, or excuse me, going around second.
He's holding the inside of his left thigh, perhaps. And if you're a manager in this situation, your team's going to the playoffs, he's one of your key guys. You got to be careful with him, don't you?
Right there, you saw him just slip a little bit.
Pitch to Votto.
Can't be careful with all of them, though. I mean, you wouldn't have enough to go on the field.
That's right. Still going to play him out.
I mean, you have, what, 3 of your starters out already today. You don't have Roland. You don't have Bruce. You don't have Ludwig. Got to play somebody. So. And Phillips had yesterday off.
It's a little uncomfortable over there at third base. No balls and 2 strikes to Joey Votto. Wandy's pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Joey's average at 340. He's going to end up falling short of the necessary plate appearances needed to qualify for the batting title. With the number of games he missed this year with injury.
Zach Cozart, he's not in there. No, there's somebody else. Cozart's not in there.
All right,
So after that makes 4 guys. You can't rest them all, take care of them all. You get a game on, game off, game on, game off. That sort of thing going down the stretch. Yesterday, Phillips had his day off. He's got to play today.
Votto needs 42 more plate appearances, and with 3 games left, not going to get them. And that one is a fair ball, and this is trouble. Picked up by a fan interference, so Votto will stop at second, Valdez at third. It's 1-0 Cincinnati as Phillips comes in to score. He's not sure he did anything wrong. Kid just catching a foul ball.
He looked shocked,
but it was a fair ball.
Ball definitely fair going down the line by a couple of feet. And looking at Phillips, looks like he's jogging in just fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
RBI number 56 for Votto. Still nobody out. 3 straight hits to start the inning. Runners at second and third. Todd Frazier at the plate. And Wilson Valdez over there at third base, and Votto behind him at second. Votto is 43rd double, and this one's crushed, but it's going to hook.
Off the strikeout sign. Pretty far poke, but quite a ways foul.
0-2 pitch. It's pulled foul on the ground to Pedro. Interesting location for that pitch too to be swung on an 0-2 count.
The last ground ball.
This one right here.
Good location for Wandy for an 0-2 pitch. Trying to throw that back foot breaking ball. Usually get a swing and miss on that pitch. Somehow Frazier made contact with it.
2, fouled off. Last day of September is today. Tomorrow, October 1st, the Atlanta Braves are here. Jeff Locke.
Chipper Jones for the last time ever.
Jeff Locke, who was originally with the Braves, will pitch against his former organization, and vice versa. As Paul Mulholland will go for the Braves. There's a ground ball to Barnes. He throws him out. Valdez will score. It's 2-0 Cincinnati. 6-3 on the putout, an RBI for Frazier. RBI number 67.
Be a real incentive to come down for that Wednesday game. See Chipper Jones, for sure Hall of Famer, play his last regular season game of his career.
12:30 start. 12:35 first pitch.
Oh, it's a day game.
Yep.
No, I'm just kidding.
Just make sure you're there, Bob. Sometimes Bob asks when the game times are, so we know. Those 4 o'clock games can be a little confusing.
They get me, yeah. I count on you guys to let me know.
Bob usually sleeps till 3 in the afternoon, so it's a bit of an inconvenience for him.
Keep me informed.
One and one to Chris Heisey, the left fielder. He's 0 for 1. Popped out foul to Garrett Jones in the second inning. 1 on and 1 out. Bottle the runner at second base, and the breaking ball in for a strike to Heisey. Last day of the year on Wednesday. Most of the guys have their stuff out ready to go. They're just here to play the game, and then when the game's done, they scatter.
Cars will be packed if they're driving home. I remember leaving Three Rivers Stadium a long time ago on a Sunday night, Sunday after the game. I was home in California for dinner Tuesday night.
Really? You just drive straight through?
No, I stopped somewhere in Missouri, if I remember right. I think somewhere around Kansas City or something.
Yeah, that's
just
the thing.
Pit
Though,
stop.
when you're
young, you can do that.
These guys have somewhat of a nomadic existence sometime, and they will just take off when it's done. They're ready to go.
Yep. Just like gypsies.
Yep. Foul back.
Our truck gypsies will be off doing other things now. Baseball season coming to an end. Hopefully some hockey games soon.
Everybody's hopeful. Strike 3 called as Heisey goes down looking.
Just caught the inside corner. Like a breaking ball. Heisey thought it was going to keep coming down and in, and it sat right there. Didn't break nearly as much as he thought. And to be honest, that didn't break as much as Wandy's normal pitches do. So he was trying to throw that a little off the plate inside. It didn't break as much for him, but worked out perfect.
Pitch to Miguel Cairo, hits it well to left field, going back Presley. Morales will make the play. 2 runs on 3 hits. Reds leave a man. Wandy gets touched up for a pair in the 3rd. Earlier today, you can see it again tomorrow. This week, we look back at Freddie Sanchez's 2006 batting title. Find out how Jason Grilli got fans to scream for tickets. Recap our plays of the week and much more. It's Inside Pirates Baseball tomorrow at 6 on Root Sports. Along with Paul Alexander and Bob Walk, I'm Tim Neverett. Fan Appreciation Day. Lots of kids on the final Sunday of the season enjoying a weekend afternoon at PNC Park. Final day of September. Fleece blanket giveaway today. Just in the nick of time. Alex Presley behind 0-1 to Johnny Cueto. Ground ball to Votto at first. It gets past him and into right field. And Presley heading for second. Cueto got in his way. And safe at second base is Presley.
Usually Votto, one of the more sure-handed in baseball. I don't know why he was backpedaling so much on that ball. Anyway, look, he's on the outfield grass. He let that ball play him.
There's an error charge to Joey Votto, and interference on the base path from Johnny Cueto. And now you've got Alex Presley at second base. Pirates down 2-0. Josh Harrison representing the tying run at the plate in the bottom of the third. And a bouncer into the glove of Cueto. They got Presley hung up. Oh, it's too bad he didn't keep going. And now Harrison to second. He's going to be safe there. And the play by Johnny Cueto. Alex Presley is trying to get to third base. Aggressive base running play, but again, that ball's got to get past Cueto for him to be safe. But the way that Miguel Cairo bobbled it, and Presley continued and slid hard, he would have been safe.
Now you got to make sure that this one gets by. It was a great play by Cueto and real quick reaction. Almost got Harrison to leave the bag. Phillips with a little trickery. See that? He acted like the ball he'd missed it and it had gone in right field. And Harrison thought about it for a moment. And all he needed to do was move another few inches, and Phillips would have got him.
The fielder's choice for Harrison. He moves up.
That's a turn down.
Second.
No big deal.
McCutchen to center field. Hit it pretty well. Going back. Stubbs. He makes the catch.
When you stay in the rundown long enough for the hitter, in this case Harrison, to get to second base, you have the same thing as if you would have just stayed at second base the whole time. That's your job. If you do something wrong, as far as getting picked off, well, then you have to stay in that rundown and give the hitter, especially if somebody with some quickness like Josh, time to take your spot at the base you should have been at anyway.
Two men out for Garrett Jones. Thought for a second McCutchen might have just beaten Drew Stubbs. But Stubbs with good makeup speed. Able to get back to the track and make the catch.
Stubbs, if he was a better hitter, he would be one of those guys that talked about it a lot as one.
Jones hammers it deep to right field, way back, and this ball game is tied. Home run number 26 for Garrett Jones. It's 2-2.
It's been a big year for Garrett. He started the season out just strictly a platoon player. Pretty much took over that cleanup spot.
There's the young man that caught the home run ball by Garrett Jones.
That's a bomb.
And Pedro Alvarez trying to follow that up. He hit one to deep left his first time up.
Garrett knows it. Instantly into the job.
Cueto to center field. Stubbs broke back, and the ball drops in for a hit. What a spin on that ball.
He didn't get much of it, and when you're a big home run hitter, the outfield always thinking, okay, it looks like I got to go back. Cueto's not getting a lot of defensive help. That weird play by Cairo at third base last inning. Stubbs a couple of steps back. I was about to say before the home run that Stubbs would be considered one of the better players in the league if he could hit better because of his prowess on defense. Very good defender. Didn't show it on that play. But normally he does a fantastic job of playing center field. Excellent speed. They need to find a way, and he's been up here for a while now. Maybe he's not going to, but they need to find a way to get Stubbs to get the ball in play more. That's his Achilles heel. He just has way too many strikeouts.
And he's got good speed when he gets on base. He can steal a base for you. Pretty good base runner. The problem is getting on base. Alvarez on base. He's 1 for 2. 2 men out. A 1-1 count to Travis Snider. Since Snider came over at the trading deadline, one thing we've seen a lot of is him pulling the ball to the right side. It seems like a dead pull hitter. I've not seen him hit much the other way. Cueto gets a sign from Hannigan. Center and right field, and then only 4 to left.
And today, nothing about a player goes unnoticed in today's game. Pitchers will definitely try and use that against you.
Ready for the 2-2. Strike 3, and Snider goes down on strikes for the second time looking. Pirates get on the board as Garrett Jones having a career year. What an improvement for G.I. Jones. His 26th home run of the year. And the game deadlocked at 2 after 3. And behind-the-scenes looks at your favorite teams. Like Root Sports on Facebook today and tell us how you root. Youngster can't wait to start using social media. And then he can tell his friends about Garrett Jones' 26th home run that he was there to see. Ties the game at 2. So we start the 4th inning. What a season for Jones. RBIs 83 and 84. A career year for Garrett.
He's kept his batting average up there pretty good. He's always shown power. I don't think he hadn't had a season where he hadn't hit at least 20 home runs. But you know, the batting average has never really been all that impressive. Last year it got down below 250. I think close to 280 most of this season. And lots of RBIs. That's been a big thing for him. Of course, he's been cleanup hitter almost the entire year. At least probably the last 2/3 of the season.
Two balls and 2 strikes. And a ground ball to third. Alvarez with a backhand, quick throw. And he retires the speedy Drew Stubbs. 1 out for Cincinnati in the 4th.
Pedro putting that arm on display. Can absolutely put a frozen rope across the diamond.
Sunny day now.
Yep.
You'd never know we had a 4-minute rain delay today.
Yeah, even the puddles on top of the dugouts are starting to dry out.
Right around first pitch time, the rain started to come down. It got hard enough where after a third of an inning, Valdez at first base and Joey Votto at the plate, crew chief Angel Hernandez called for the grounds crew. And they did not put the tarp on. They just covered home plate and the mound, and then realized the weather was going to come through quickly. And Hernandez, along with groundskeeper Manny Lopez, put the halt on putting the tarp on the field. Flanagan pops this one up. That'll twist into the seats. And so Wandy got a little bit of a break, got to come back out and got more warm-ups. And Johnny Cueto got more of a rest prior to the start of this game, as Cueto goes for win number 20 today. He's 19 and 9. He'll become the National League's 3rd 20-game winner, behind Gio Gonzalez of the Nationals and R.A. Dickey of the Mets. Right to Alex Presley for the out. Hannigan is gone. There are 2 away. Our AT&T Mobility trivia question today. Andrew McCutchen, a walk-off homer last night. Who holds the Pirates franchise record for most career walk-off home runs? Maybe you have to go back in time before they were called walk-off home runs, and they were just called game-winning home runs.
Yeah, I'd have to go Kiner.
Strike to Cueto, 1-1. I was thinking Willie Stargell, but maybe you're right. You got to go back to Ralph. McCutchen walked off a hero last night. So fouled off into the upper deck on the right side.
Well, Ralph Kiner, when he was with the Pirates, but as prolific a home run hitter as you could have. If it has something to do with home runs, he's always my first thought.
Two and 2 to Cueto. And Wandy strikes him out for the second time. 1, 2, 3 go the Reds in the 4th inning. Pirates 2, Reds 2. You can own a piece of the game with the Pirates Authentic Merchandise Collection. Add Amber McCutcheon's game-used bat or A.J. Burnett's game-used jersey to your personal collection, along with game-used lineup cards, helmets, bases, and more from your favorite Pirates players. To get your authentic Pirates merchandise, visit pirates.com/authentics today. Rallying other old-timers together to ban the DH. And how about these kids with the Bob Walk mustaches on?
I like the mustache.
Ban the DH. Got a lot of rhythm, too.
If they ban the DH, I'll grow the mustache back. How's that?
Unfortunately, I think you're safe. I mean, they're not going to ban it, Bob, and you know it. It's a wishful thought. I know you like it so much. Clint Barmas pops this one up. Wilson Valdez takes care of him. There's one out.
As long as they just keep it over in the softball league, then I don't care.
Well, in the softball league, it's looking like there might be a new leader in the American League East.
Is that right?
Baltimore's leading Boston in the 5th, 6-1. Toronto leading the Yankees 5-2 in the 6th. Those two guys started in a dead heat. The Birds and the Yanks today. Tampa Bay 4 back with 3 to play. After today. Could you imagine if Buck Showalter's Orioles somehow, some way ended up beating the Yankees for the division title?
I'd be for that. I'm sure you would be for that.
Sure, why not?
I know that you don't root for the Yankees.
I don't. I like Rock's name for the Yankees. It's push button baseball. All the guys they've got and have had, and they continue to pick up. Money's no object there. So Rod Barajas reached on a base hit, an infield single, shattered his bat in the process in the second inning. 1-2 pitch. And Barajas pops this one into the seats. So let's put my fan hat on for a second. It'd be easy to root for the Yankees because they win all the time, but it's better, I think, to root for a team that you follow, that you grew up with maybe, or that you follow and decide, okay, that's my team. I'm going to stick with them, win or lose. You know, you can just say, oh yeah, when the team that wins, I'm going to jump on their bandwagon, and that's what happened, I think, with the Yankees over the years. There's got a lot of people who never got off the bandwagon. Two balls and 2 strikes to Barajas. I think a lot of room in New York for that bandwagon. Since, baseball was great in New York during the years where the Dodgers and Giants were there, and the Yankees, and had Subway Series. Generations of fans rooting for those teams. And the one that stuck around, the Yankees, they continue to get multiple generations. Well, she loves New York.
It's okay. All that.
There's a popular T-shirt in Boston that looks just like that. It says, "I love New York," and then on the back it said, "It's the Yankees I hate." And the third, and Cairo will fill up Barajas. That's part of the fun of baseball, being a fan and rooting for your team. Trivia question we gave you, brought to you by AT&T Mobility. Who holds the Pirates franchise record for most career walk-off home runs? And Bob, was he half right or half wrong? How about, we were both right. Kiner and Stargell.
Very good.
All right.
All right.
Cutchin's halfway there.
If it's something to do with home runs and it's not Kiner, it's probably Stargell. A lot of home runs.
Andy Rodriguez toward the middle, backhanded by Phillips, and a lazy throw to first, and he got it. Well, the Pirates gone in order in the 4th. We'll head to the 5th at PNC Park. Bucks 2, Reds 2.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Barrel Automotive. We're driven to be better. By PNC Bank for the achiever in you. And by Chevy Cruze, which offers EPA estimated 42 mpg highway. Let's go Bucks!
2-2, Bucks and Reds, top of the fifth inning. Pirates hoping for more moments that occurred last night. Follow the Pirates with the MLB.com at Bat 12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at Bat to 31826 or visit Pirates.com for details. Fan Appreciation Day. As last night, the Pirates went over 2 million for the season. Just the second time they've done that since the gates at PNC Park open, and only the fourth time in franchise history they've drawn over 2 million fans. Did so with their 17th sellout crowd of the year last night, better than 38,000, and a very good crowd here. A day that's turned into a very nice one. Wasn't so nice early on, but really turning into a beautiful afternoon.
Yeah, everybody can start taking the plastic bags off now if they want.
Have the iPad to follow the game.
Yeah. Probably on Game Connect right now, watching all the stats as they happen. I guess that might be the high-tech way of keeping score nowadays.
Brandon Phillips.
No more little pencils.
I still like the pencils. Or pens. Phillips pops it up to Jones, and Jones will drift into fair territory and record the out. One gone, and Wilson Valdez will be the hitter.
I think Phillips is crazy about playing today.
You know, I wouldn't know. I
kind of got that impression when I just saw him walk down the first baseline.
Strike one to Wilson Valdez. Here comes the 0-1 from Wandy. Almost inside. Valdez having a pretty good day. 2 for 2 with a run scored. And 3 for 6 in the series. One pitch. Valdez slaps this one foul. If the season ended right now, the Reds would play the Giants. It's just to be determined where home field would be right now. If the Reds were to win today, or if the Giants would lose today, the Reds would get home field in that first round in the division series. And Washington would play the winner of the wild card game between St. Louis and Washington, between St. Louis and Atlanta, that is. But that is if it ended today. But we've got 3 more days to see how it all shakes out. St. Louis with a 2-game lead over the Los Angeles Dodgers, that last wild card spot. And Valdez down on strikes. He's 2 for 3. St. Louis doesn't have it officially wrapped up yet, but inching closer to it. Two outs for Joey Votto. Infield shifted just a bit on him.
Until it's official, you always have that little feeling in the back of your mind that let's not mess this up. I'm sure there's people in that Cardinal organization are still a little nervous, even though they're close.
Good breaking ball. That was a backbender to Votto. St. Louis trying to put away the Washington Nationals today. They've got a 5-0 lead early in the second inning. Votto taps this foul. And certainly the Reds are keeping an eye on that game, not because of the Cardinals, but because of the Nationals. Nationals a game ahead of them for the best record, and the Reds would love to have home field throughout. So Matt Lato's been a great addition for the Reds this year. coming over in the trade from San Diego.
He's a difference maker, that's for sure.
One ball, 2 strikes to Joey Votto. And he strikes out. Foul tip into the glove of Barajas. And for the second straight inning, Wandy retires the Reds in order. Two runs on 4 hits and an error for the Pirates. Garrett Jones, 26th home run of the year, 2-run shot. Evened up this game at 2 runs apiece after the Reds put up 2 in the top half of the 3rd inning. A win today for the Pirates would give them a series victory over Cincinnati. After coming back and winning last night in the bottom of the 9th inning on a walk-off home run by Andrew McCutchen. Top of the order, Alex Presley takes low. Presley reached on an error in the 3rd inning by Joey Votto, went over to second base. Outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Here comes the 1-1. That catches part of the plate too.
Bueno has evolved as a pitcher since he first came up. Just electric type stuff. Could throw the ball very hard. Got outs because of that great stuff. Now he's much more of a pitcher and has a command of everything. Can hit his spots. Pitch to corners. And can still, when he wants to, get the ball up in the mid-90s occasionally. He's still got that big fastball when he needs to go to it.
Two-ball, 2-strike pitch coming to Alex Presley. Top of the 5th, nobody out.
He definitely has become a complete pitcher.
He has the most wins by a right-hander for Cincinnati at 19 since Jack Billingham in 1974, when Billingham went 19-11. Left-hander Danny Jackson had 23 wins in 1988, so he was the last 20-game winner for the Reds. Presley rips this one down the line. That's a fair ball. And Alex is going to head for second base. Frazier picks it up, guns it to the bag, and in standing with a double is Alex Presley.
Presley seems to really be finishing strong. This year certainly did not go the way he wanted to, but here lately he's definitely been getting his hits. The thing I like about Alex, he is always just puts his head down and takes off. But if you even for a moment don't come out of the box hard on that ball, you're not going to get your double because of the angle of the fence along the side down there.
Harrison puts the bunt down. He gets Presley to third base.
A tough play for Cueto, and he looked like he really slipped as he was getting ready to make that throw.
Now the Pirates with the go-ahead run 90 feet away and less than 2 outs.
I didn't slip as much as I thought he did. He just kind of fell backwards. I thought that plant foot went out from under him, but he just fell down.
So now an opportunity for McCutchen to give the Pirates the lead. The infield's drawn in. 1 out. Presley at third. Cueto gets it past him.
93. Now, this is a situation that whatever he's got in the tank, he'll come up with. So he'll show you his best stuff right here because he wants a strikeout. Breaking ball off the edge of the plate.
.329 the average for McCutchen. And this one is into left field, a base hit, and the Pirates have the lead, 3-2. McCutchen's second hit of the series. RBI number 95 for Kutch.
Yeah, they took a chance, tried to come inside on him. You saw the fastball inside. They have been really trying to stay away from him, but here they took a shot to go inside. Ball right on the inside corner, and that's where Kutch likes it. He turns on it and gets that line drive to left field for the hit.
Garrett Jones at the plate. Homered his last time up in the third inning. 3-2 Pirates now, 1 out. McCutchen gets back. Is this a situation he tries to run?
He picked up a point on the batting average. A little closer.
Back in the 330s. Strike to Garrett. Wandy Rodriguez now pitching with a lead when he comes back out in the 6th. Presley led the inning off with a double. Harrison sacrifice bunt got him to third base with 1 out, and McCutchen line drive to left brought in the go-ahead run. So Harrison contributed for sure. On 2 to Jones. Now it's a sun-splashed Sunday afternoon at the ballpark. Shadows on the field. The way this game began, didn't think we'd see that for a while. And Jones strikes out looking. He has struck out twice today.
The backdoor slider right on the corner.
Fleece blanket on the rotunda. Good traffic on the rotunda today. It was packed up there last night. Pedro fouls this one off.
Oh, really cut inside on his hands. Just ball jump inside right there at the last moment. Pounded that right off the inside of his leg, right the calf.
Pedro's got a league leading 18 home runs in day games, most by a Pirate since Willie Stargell hit 19 in 1971 during afternoon games. Oh, late dive back, but he got his hand in. Angel Hernandez wants that ball thrown out.
Looked like he was out.
Got him on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Wow. Follow, no arguing.
The other day, it looked like he was safe at third, got called out.
The throw over. This one gets away. McCutchen will head down to second base. An error charged to Johnny Cueto. That is the second error on the Reds this afternoon.
Maybe a little too quick. It doesn't look like a very bad throw at all. I mean, that ball's got to be caught, especially if you're a Gold Glover. You got to catch that ball. That ball bounced right underneath him as he was sliding. He could have caught that ball in the air.
Pedro pops this one up. Wilson Valdez calling for it. The shortstop makes the catch. Pirates will leave a man, but McCutchen drives in his 95th run, scoring Alex Presley, and the Pirates now lead it 3-2. NC Park on Fan Appreciation Day. Tune in for game analysis from the Steelers, Pitt, and WVU during press conference Tuesday. Hear from head coaches Mike Tomlin, Paul Christ, and Dana Holderson as they break down every game and preview the next one. Press conference Tuesday. Tuesdays starting at noon on Root Sports. My guess is Dana Holderson will have a little to talk about this week, seeing as though Pitt and the Steelers were off, but 70-63 over Baylor in their Big 12 opener. And how about Geno Smith? Ridiculous numbers. He's got to be the Heisman favorite now.
He certainly has put his name on the top rung of the ladder, I would think.
More than 600 yards, 8 touchdown passes. 1-0 pitch, and Frazier fouls it off, and somebody lost a piece of gear.
Yeah. Off the shoulder pad.
Yeah, quick repair for Rod, looks like. No, he's just going to say heck with it. He's going old school.
Yeah, that pad that protects his throwing shoulder. Right off.
Line drive right at Pedro. 1 out. It's an Adam ball. Hit it right at him. Pierogies is Jalapeno Hannah.
She win today. You have to watch. Who was the big winner?
Oliver Onion. Oliver has had a pretty good season. It's going to come down. They get 3 more races to see who the champion's going to be.
Really disappointed Cheese.
Cheese Chester. He wasn't running enough this year.
Always root for Cheese.
There's Cheese. He takes pictures with people like that. He just says, "Say my name." Say ban the DH. There you go. Bouncer short. Good hop for Barnes. 2 gone. Wandy now will face Miguel Cairo.
Wandy's at just about 100 pitches right now. Or if 6 is going to be his limit today.
Some activity in the Pirate pen. Right-hander warming up. Strike delivered to Cairo. Chris Resop will throw.
Nice play. Good hat. Good fall colors. Pumpkin hat.
Pumpkin hat. Yeah. Pitch number 100. In the air to right center field. Long run. And McCutcheon's not going to get it. Snyder will pick it up. And in with a 2-out double is Miguel Cairo.
I think I'll have to see the replay, but Kutch might have heard some footsteps on that one. He had the glove out there, but I don't think he had it extended all the way.
It's possible he could have seen the flash of Travis Snyder at the last second.
Yeah, if you're watching his face, you could see he took his eye off the ball and looked to see where Travis was. The ball just tipped the end of his glove. It would have been a heck of a catch.
Nothing in 1 to Drew Stubbs. 2 outs. Runner at second. Pitch inside for a ball. 1-1. Wandy has made it through at least 6 innings. 6 of his last 7 starts. The only time he didn't was against Milwaukee on the 20th of September when he went 4.
He got pinch hit for it.
He did. Left the game early. Great day to be out here on Fan Appreciation Day, on this last day of September. Cairo at second base, the 2-out double. He represents the game's tying run. Did he go? Yes, he did, says Angel Hernandez. And Stubbs is rung up on strikes. Reds leave a man, and the Bucks up by a run. Two Pirates leading the Cincinnati Reds. 6 hits each, 2 errors for the Reds today. What has turned out to be a spectacular Sunday afternoon. Wandy Rodriguez through 6 innings. Some defensive changes. Zach Cozart comes in to play shortstop, and Wilson Valdez moves over to play second base. Cozart goes into Brandon Phillips' spot in the lineup. Phillips leaving the game with tightness in his left leg, and we noticed in the 3rd inning while running the bases he was experiencing a little bit of a problem. He hung in there for a while and has been pulled from the ball game. Cueto facing Travis Snyder. One ball and 1 strike to Snyder. Snyder has struck out looking twice. For his first base hit. Pirates would like to put some distance between themselves and the Reds if they can add some insurance as we get into the late innings. Left-hander Tony Watson beginning to throw. That's toward the middle. Cozart right behind the bat. Out. Travis Snyder 0 for 3 today. 1 down for the Pirates in the bottom of the 6th. Clint Barnes, who was 1 for 2 today, coming back up. Barnes' best month of the season was the month of August, where he hit 271. Hitting 250 here in September, so he did pick it up in the second half quite a bit compared to where he was in the first half of the season. 1-1 to Barmes. No balls, 1 strike. That's one. Another 0-2. Final meeting with the Reds this season. Pirates will take on Atlanta starting tomorrow night.
The Reds are the yardstick now for the Pirates. They know what it takes.
They've won 2 division titles over the last 3 seasons. And they've done it with some young pitching. And they've added to that young pitching staff this year. When you look at the average age of their pitchers, it's very young. Bronson Arroyo is 35, kind of skews that a little bit. The average age about 27.
Homer Bailey had the no-hitter.
Homer Bailey 26, Cueto's 26, Latos and Leake both 24.
Yeah, Leake he's 24 and this is what, his 3rd year?
Yeah. It seems impossible to think, but he went straight from college to the major leagues out of Arizona State. Barmes to center. And Stubbs with a catch. 2 men gone for the Pirates in the bottom of the 6th. And Latos, former San Diego Padre. He'll hit you a home run every once in a while. Big, tall, strong kid out of the state of Florida.
Pretty good hitting pitcher. Leake, outstanding hitting pitcher. I mean, maybe the best hitting pitcher in either league.
I would say definitely in the National League, and most definitely in the American League. Yeah, 288 for Mike Leake. That's his average going into the game yesterday.
And he's got a couple of home runs this year. He's not all that big when he stands up at the plate. But, you have to deal with it. He had a last night hit a double out into the notch.
No balls and 1 strike. And Barajas swings and misses that strike 2. Johnny Cueto, a student of Mario Soto. The 0-2 coming to Rod Barajas. 2 men out and the base is empty. Wow, that's 1 foul.
Looks like he's kind of gone away from Mario Soto and gone more to Luis Tiant now.
He does look like El Teante the way he puts his back to home plate.
The changeup used to be a really big pitch of his, which was this Mario Soto's bread and butter. And he doesn't throw that many of those anymore. He's on a lot of breaking balls. He's kind of, here's that windup there. Tiant-like. You saw a lot of that growing up, didn't you?
I did. And Barajas strikes out. Pirates gone in order. We'll head to the 7th inning at PNC Park on Fan Appreciation Day. Kids having a great time. Their Buccos in front 3-2. when Franklin Regional heads to Knock, looking to avenge last season's playoff loss against the Knights. Be here for the live kickoff at 7 p.m. and tune in Thursday nights this fall for another great season of McDonald's high school football on Root Sports. It's Franklin Regional and Knock this Thursday night. It's reflecting on a season, apparently.
I thought that said Cubs for a second.
Well, Bucks backwards would be. Fan Appreciation Day today, and every Sunday when Steve Blass is in the radio booth, it's Fan Appreciation Day in the section down below him. He always gives out gifts, and they're piled up behind him off to his left shoulder.
He's got a whole stack of them. I was over there earlier. And if you want some goodies, just got to get your seats below the radio booth on Sunday.
Tony Watson comes in to replace Wandy Rodriguez. Wandy went 6, leaves the game with a lead. He's the pitcher of record. Looking for his 13th win. Bucks now trying to hold it for him. Ryan Hannigan will face Watson. Hannigan this afternoon 0 for 1. He walked in the second inning and flied to left field in the fourth. Wandy ended up striking out 7 Reds. And Watson deals Hannigan a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Reds catcher. Roy Searage pleased, I would think, with his starter's performance here today, in spite of the fact he had a tough inning in the third, giving up 2 runs on 3 hits.
I think in the modern game, the 6 innings has become the mark that you want to get your starter to give you, and then let the bullpen take care of the last third. The bullpen numbers over the years have increased. You have more pitchers in the pen to work with. You don't need the starter to go as far.
Wandy's final start of 2012 leaves the game with a lead and a chance to finish up 13-13 if the Pirates can indeed hold it for him. Again, going into next season, you see A.J. Burnett. He figures to be the number 1, and Wandy Rodriguez the number 2. Just on paper right now if you're scratching it down. Kevin Correa will start on Tuesday. A.J. Burnett will make his final start on Wednesday, with Jeff Locke pitching tomorrow against Paul Maholm. Locke knows he's got 1 more start.
You watched McPherson pitch very well. He's going to try and match him. Those 2 guys probably the lead 2 of the youngsters looking for a spot in rotation next year.
Pretty good performance by McPherson yesterday.
Very good.
6 innings, hung a 0, gave up just 4 hits, struck out 5, walked 1. And the ironic thing, the odd thing, I guess, more than ironic, is that when he's been in the game, the Pirates have yet to get a run when he's pitched.
Gonna have to work on his hitting.
He'll have to look at his home run hitting to provide himself some runs. There's Johnny Cueto. He takes a strike. Well, Johnny Cueto
trying to win 20.
Yeah, he's staying in the ball game here, trailing by a run. Looks to bunt his way aboard, and that is strike 2.
Numbers at this point.
Johnny does not have another start here in the regular season. Yes. Bronson Arroyo will pitch tomorrow at St. Louis, then Matt Latos Tuesday and Homer Bailey Wednesday.
Yeah, he's going to be getting ready for the playoffs after this. This will be his last go around.
He is down on strikes. Watson sits him. That'll bring up the shortstop, Zach Cozart. Cozart's first plate appearance of the game. Cozart hitting .248, 15 home runs and 34 runs batted in. And when you look at him among some of the better Red shortstops over the years, guys with 30 doubles and 15 home runs. Well, he's got 32 doubles. And Barry Larkin, who just went in the Hall of Fame, had a season in 1998 where he had 34 doubles and 17 home runs, and you'd think that might be reachable for Cozart if he can have a good series in St. Louis. One ball and 1 strike. Larkin in '96 had a pretty good year, 32 doubles, just as many as Cozart has now, but he also had 32 home runs. The most in a single season by a Red shortstop. That was '96. Popped him up, foul ground. Pedro fighting the sun. He's got the railing and he doesn't have it.
Thought he had it for sure.
Paul Alexander almost had that one.
Paul, what's up with that? Got to make that catch.
I mean, Paul's watching the ball tail down. You got to yell. You got to yell some help to Pedro. You got to tell him he's got room. You got room. You got room.
But just as he was going to reach in there, he stopped reaching. Maybe he did lose it in the sun. Paul had his glasses down. You saw that.
Pedro gave him a look. What are you doing there? Yeah, Paul flipped the shades down. Pedro doesn't have any shades. Still looking over at Paul. Cozart down on strikes. Watson strikes out 2 in the top half of the 7th inning. Gets the Reds in order. 7th inning stretch presented by the new face of Northwood Realty Services. Pirates leading the Reds 3-2. And Sunday afternoon, we will bring you God Bless America during our 7th inning stretch.
Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you now to stand and join the Pirates and Major League Baseball as we remember the lives lost on September 11th, 2001, while offering support to our troops here and abroad. Here to lead us with God Bless America is the Gator Girls Quartet from St. Gabriel School.
Northwood Realty Services 7th inning stretch, and the Pope of PNC Park, Steve Blass, he is loaded up with goodies for the adoring throngs that settle below him. And the last Sunday he'll be able to provide the gifts in the 2012 season. Pitch shots from the AGH cam on the final Sunday afternoon of the 2012 season at PNC Park. Along with Paul Alexander and Bob Walk, I'm Tim Neverett. Glad you're along watching Pirates baseball with us. 1 ball and no strikes the count to the leadoff man Alex Presley, who doubled and scored in the 5th inning. He came across with a go-ahead run. Oh, it's Brock Holt. Beg your pardon. Holt is hitting in the 9th spot, and then Presley. And Brock Holt at 3:02, the pinch hitter. And it's 2-1 to Holt.
Holt always very patient at the plate. Sometimes you don't see that in a young hitter. They're so anxious to go up and swing, but it makes them work.
Lines out to Cairo for out number 1. Well, 1 gone, and now it'll be Alex Presley. Jason Grilli getting loose. He will come on in the 8th inning. Presley scored when Andrew McCutchen got his first hit of the ball game in the 5th and drove him in from third base, and Presley fouls it off. 0-1 to Alex. Nationals trying to mount a little bit of a comeback on St. Louis. Still early in that game, 4th inning. Cardinals leading at 7-4. Washington ended up putting up 4 unanswered runs. Nice catch up there. Huh? Bouncer towards second base. Wilson Valdez charges, flips to first, and Presley is out 2 away.
You can tell it's the fall when you look at the shadows now. Center field can be such a tough place to play here in the summer when you have these afternoon type games, because you're looking right into the sun setting behind us. Well, in the fall, the sun is the sun's still in the same place. The earth is tilted a different direction, and you get the I mean,
worried there for a second.
Look at the direction the sun is now. It's down toward the right field foul pole.
Harrison pops this one up. Votto looking to have a play on it. It's in the receipts.
So if you're out there playing center field now, you don't have to worry about that sun anymore.
Glad you reminded me the sun is in the same place.
Yeah, same place. Just earth moves. I guess it's all relative, right?
Yeah. Doesn't feel like it moves. That was the one thing in school when I learned that the earth rotated on its axis. It's like on its axis. You don't feel like you're moving.
If it stopped, you'd feel it stop.
Two and one to Josh.
Of course, growing up in California, I felt the earth move a lot.
Yes, you did.
There's a lot of jumping around.
A lot of earthquakes.
That neck of the woods.
But good to see it still hasn't fallen in the ocean as some have predicted. Hot shot out to left field, right at Heisey. Pirates done in order for the 2nd straight inning. On to the 8th. Pirates 3, Reds 2.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Subway Restaurants. Open at 7 a.m. for breakfast, lunch, or whatever you need to fuel your day. Subway, where winners eat. Let's go Bucks!
Today, the 40th anniversary of the 3,000th hit of Roberto Clemente, and the family is here. Vera and Luis and Roberto Jr. A day automotive this day in Pirates history. Listen to Bob Prince.
Bobby hits a drive into the gap in the left center field. There she is. For a double. Papers flying. Everybody standing. A double for Roberto.
Vera Clemente here again out at second base prior to the game, where her sons flanked her, and Steve Blass, former teammate, out there as well. Of course, that image of him doffing his cap. In fact, they brought an actor out who really was a ringer. I mean, just looked exactly like Clemente from this distance and from other parts of the ballpark, and went out there and did that. Almost spooky how much he looked like Roberto. Starling Marte is the new left fielder, a straight-up change for Alex Presley. And Jason Grilli inserted in the 9th spot in the batting order. It's inconsequential, but he is on to pitch the 8th. 0-1 the count to Wilson Valdez. Oh, 0-2. Valdez has a pair of hits today. Single in the first and in the third. And he goes down looking. Some cheese just above the knees from Jason Grilli.
Now, this has been the MO for Grilli all year long, the strikeout pitch. He has just racked them up by the bunches. Valdez, I think he started taking a step toward the dugout before strike 3 was even called. He knew it.
One out, and Joey Votto the hitter. One and 0 to Votto. Votto had a double in the third. He would not come around. That was the inning when the Reds got both of their runs. Strike 1 to Votto. Well, the Reds appear to be pretty healthy heading into the postseason, although Brandon Phillips had some tightness today in his left leg, left the ball game early. They appear to be pretty healthy. Their pitching staff has been very, very healthy all year. And with the exception of bringing up Todd Redmond to pitch in the back half of doubleheader against the Cubs, the Reds have used 5 starters the entire season. Base hit to center field for Votto. And the Reds have the tying run aboard.
That was up and somehow was able to get up on top of it. Bring it back to the middle. It hasn't been a good year if you're the number 6 guy in the rotation. Usually you have somebody that's kind of in that spot, and he always knows going into the year that he's going to see some work, quite a bit of it. Nobody goes through the season using 5 starters, but the Reds did.
Todd Frazier takes a strike, and as you head to the postseason, they'll shrink to a 4-man rotation, which their number 5 starter, Mike Leake, wonders what his role is going to be in the postseason. Johnny Cueto certainly has a spot. Oh, and 1-2 to Frazier. So Mike Leake, who has a record of 8-9, pitched last night, didn't get the decision. Hanrahan would get the win in relief. Broxton would suffer the loss after giving up the walk-off winner to McCutcheon. Well, if you're the number 5 guy, you got to wonder how you'll be used, or if you'll be used. Strike 3 late on the fastball at 92. 2 strikeouts for Grilly, 2 men out, and the left fielder Chris Heisey will be next. Well, it won't be Heisey. It's going to be Jay Bruce.
Just challenged him with that fastball. Had a good piece of the strike zone about belt high. Frazier was very late.
So Grilly will be charged with the task of getting out Jay Bruce. Bruce did not start this ball game. He has not had very good numbers against Wandy Rodriguez, so it was a good day to sit him for Cincinnati. Swinging a miss as Grilly pumps one past him. As a pinch hitter, 9 out of 20 in his career. Farmer's playing him up the middle. Strike 2, another one right past him.
Good chance he's going to strike out the side.
He struck out Valdez looking. Votto a base hit. Struck out Frazier swinging. The 0-2 coming to Jay Bruce. Strike 3. Jason Grilly is fired up. He strikes out the side. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. 3-2 Buccos. We look at our Nissan road ahead, and it really has dwindled down, hasn't it?
It's starting to look like a driveway instead of a road.
Atlanta tomorrow night, Tuesday night, Wednesday afternoon, a 12:35 start. That's the remaining schedule on the 2012 season. Jason Grilly, what an inning. Pumped in a bunch of strikes. Strikes out the side.
It was pumped up, period. The way he came off the mound.
Take a look at our AGH injury update. The Braves coming in here. Michael Bourne day to day with a left thumb sprain. Could return to the lineup this week. Paul Janisch will not play. Could return in the postseason. He's got a left shoulder injury. Janisch, the former Cincinnati Red. So Jay Bruce remains in the game after striking out on 3 pitches, and he'll play right field with Todd Frazier replacing Chris Heisey in left. And Sam LeCure, the right-hander, takes over for Johnny Cueto. So Cueto will not get win number 20 today.
Or at all. As he is done now for the year.
Andrew McCutchen facing LeCure.
Need a hit. Running out of time.
McCutchen 1 for 2 with a walk.
2 for 3 would be way better than 1 for 3.
330 to 337. Buster Posey not in the lineup for the Giants today against San Diego, so he won't play unless it's as a pinch hitter sometime late in the ball game. But
probably, I would imagine he will only play maybe 2 more games.
Yeah.
Probably set out 1 more before the end of the year. They're not really playing for anything at all. They're just getting their club healthy and ready for the playoffs.
One ball, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes now to Kutch. The Pirates get a break. One of the teams that gets to finish the season at home. Finishing on the road can be a little challenging logistically sometimes for certain guys, but at least they get to finish up with 3 here at PNC Park. And McCutchen down on strikes.
Paint right on the corner. Basically is the spot that the Reds have been working him this whole series. Is on the outside corner.
Chris Spire comes out to get Sam LeCure. LeCure's job is done. He was to get McCutchen. So the left-hander Jones coming up. And Spire will go to a southpaw when we come back to PNC Park. Pirates leading 3-2. Sean Marshall comes in to pitch against the lefty Garrett Jones. Clint Hurdle goes to the bench and goes with the right-hander Gabby Sanchez. 72nd appearance for Marshall.
Sean Marshall got a couple of saves this year.
Gabby just 2 out of 11 in a pinch hitting role. hit a breaking ball for a strike. Jones with a home run in the third inning that tied the game at 2. He is out for the remainder of this one.
That home run is the difference.
Sanchez takes inside. And Gabby needs a hit. Gabby is hitless in his last 12 at bats.
His last 2 ball games, again, another example of how important the home run ball has gotten to the Pirates. 2-run homer today. That's the difference in the ball game. Yesterday, I mean, it's obvious what the difference was. The walk-off home run, the only run scored.
Marshall winds in the 2-1. Breaking ball, a called strike, count even.
It's been a different year offensive-wise than we really thought when the season started. With Garrett Jones, Pedro Alvarez kind of took some big steps forward. Especially Pedro. He showed everybody that he is that 30-plus home run guy.
In the air to right center. Stubbs make the catch for out number 2. Here comes Pedro. Alvarez 1 for 3. He had a third inning single. Pedro's hit safely in 9 of his last 12 games. One of 3 Pirates third basemen in the history of the franchise to hit 30 home runs in a season. Aramis Ramirez did it in 2001. The original Frank Thomas in 1958.
I'd like to thank Mr. Lawrence Alt today. Sent me up some coffee.
Oh, very nice.
Lawrence works here at the stadium.
Nice of him to do that.
Picked it up down in Haiti.
Really?
He says it's pretty strong.
Haitian coffee.
Yep.
Wow.
He said it, a little note here says it's strong and very effective. Thank you, Lawrence. Yesterday, National Coffee Day, I hear.
Really?
I didn't realize that. Yeah. I knew there was a reason I had more than normal yesterday.
There you go, Mom. Tastes good?
Oh, yeah.
Is it effective?
Very effective.
2-2 to Alvarez.
Well, that's one thing I wish I was played in this era. They got a coffee pot on the bench. We never had that. How great is that to have it on the bench?
That's like a gourmet coffee pot.
No running back inside.
Dribbler down the first base side. Votto will take it. Tag out Pedro. And the side is retired. It's hammer time at PNC Park as we go to the 9th inning. Joel Hanrahan will try to close it out for Wandy Rodriguez.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Jeep. Now get a great deal on a legendary Jeep vehicle at the Jeep Summer Clearance Event. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Levin Furniture and the all-new Levin Mattress Stores. For a great deal on a new bed, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
Top of the 9th inning on Fan Appreciation Day. As the Pirates are trying to close out the Cincinnati Reds and win this series. Trying to go 2-1 against the Central Division champs. Gabby Sanchez remains in the game at first base. And Joel Hanrahan has 3 outs to go to get the Pirates a win.
Pirates still have a shot at a 500 record this year. Still alive with a win this afternoon.
Joel looking for save number 37. Xavier Paul, former Pirate. A little pinch hit against Hanrahan. A hit for Cairo. First ball swinging, pops it up foul left side, and this one is going to be into the seats for strike 1. I remember last year when Xavier was a pinch hitter for the Pirates. He struggled as a pinch hitter, but when he was in the lineup, he had many times when he recorded multi-hit games. But this season, a .333 average as a pinch hitter. Ran into him on the way out of the stadium last night, and he very happy to be with Cincinnati. Very happy things worked out for him that way. 0-1 pitch. Strike 2. Nothing in 2 to Xavier Paul. Ball at 2 strikes. Came inside and low.
Now, if you're a catcher and you put down 3, you better be able to block the ball when Joel's on the mound. He will pretty much bury that 2-strike slider. Reaches back, throws it as hard as he can. He wants to bounce it, but sometimes he bounces it a little further out in front than he's really like that time.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Count is even 2-2. Joel told me he hasn't shaved that beard since he shaved it for Pedro Alvarez's wedding last year.
It's come in nicely.
And now it's defying gravity and growing down. This one launched down the right field line, but hooking foul.
Off the back fence. It had some distance on it. Goodness, that one was way foul. It hit the fence on the very back side of the stands. But 50 feet or so foul.
Hanrahan stretch and the 2-2 pitch. This one hit deep to right and straightened out. And this ball game's tied. A pinch hit home run for Xavier Paul off Joel Hanrahan in the 9th. It is 3-3.
Like an instant replay.
The second home run of the year for Paul.
Cueto won't get his 20th win, but he's not going to get the loss either now. He's off the hook. That fastball actually wasn't even a strike. Look at that. It was off the plate, away, and up a little bit. So the game will now belong to the bullpens.
Drew Stubbs to shallow right field, and Harrison makes a great play. Long run for Josh Harrison. He records the out.
Yeah, not an easy play to make. You're looking up like that and you're running out. You know the outfielder is coming hard at you, and you have to put any thoughts of getting run over out of your mind. Commit to it. So right there at the end, he put his hand up. I'm sure he yelled, "I got it," and just hoping that Snyder was able to hear him.
Ryan Hannigan, the catcher, takes a strike. So the blown save for Hanrahan here today. Wandy Rodriguez will get no decision after being the pitcher of record to the good to this point.
I'm always looking at silver lining.
Yeah.
McCutcheon might get a shot to get another hit.
He might.
We
got to get around the order,
though. To go. Where are we at? We're
well, you know what, though?
Right now?
If he gets up, by the time he would get up, if all those guys get up, Pirates would have already won the game.
3 bases loaded. 1, 2, 2 outs. No, he could do it. Come up with 2 outs.
2 outs and the bases loaded. That'll be it. Aroldis Chapman getting ready for the Reds to pitch the bottom of the 9th inning. Yeah, you're right. He would have to come up with 2 outs and the bases loaded to get another hit. So Hannigan,
or get a hit in the 10th.
Possible too. Ground ball to Alvarez. 2 out.
It is fan appreciation day. Might give him some free baseball.
Today, 32,814 today. The series total over 106,000 to see the Reds and Pirates. 2,040,567 and counting. 3 more games to go, starting tomorrow night against the Atlanta Braves. Pirates, thank you, the fans, for supporting the Bucs this season. Ryan Ludwig getting a pinch hitting opportunity. He waves and misses. Ludwig had a pinch hitting opportunity in last night's game in the 8th inning and came up with a double and was pinch run for. One of his 3 pinch hits came last night. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Ludwig to left field. Here comes Starling Marte. He won't get it. Another pinch hit down the left field line, and Ludwig's going to head for 2. And now the Reds have the go-ahead run in scoring position with 2 outs as Ryan Ludwig does it to the Pirates 2 days in a row. Double number 175 for Ryan Ludwig.
Be a pinch runner for him, just like last night.
Phipps comes in to pinch run. And with 2 down, the batter is Zach Cozart. Cozart struck out in his only plate appearance today. Expecting a day off, but Brandon Phillips left the game due to tightness in his left leg, so Cozart called into duty, and Valdez, the starting shortstop, moved from short to second. 1-1 to Cozart. Past Pedro, and Phipps is going to come in and give the Reds the lead. It is 4-3 Cincinnati. Can you believe this?
Inside fastball, 94. Those aren't able to turn on it just past Pedro.
Pedro could not get to that one, and Cozart comes up with an RBI single off of Joel Hanrahan in the top of the 9th inning. Xavier Paul tied the game with a solo home run, pinch hitting. And then the pinch hitter Ryan Ludwig, a double down the left field line. Second game in a row he's done that. And that run has come in to be a key run now as the Pirates find themselves trailing by a run. Wilson Valdez at the plate with Cozart at second base.
Ballpark got quiet. Too much stunned right now.
Bouncer to second base, and Harrison will throw out Valdez. And now the Pirates have to go to the bat rack and get some work done in the bottom of the 9th. Snyder, Barmes, and Barajas will face Aroldis Chapman. For 2 runs on 3 hits in the 9th. Cozart with the RBI base hit, and Xavier Paul got the game tying home run with a pinch hit. It went out over the Clemente wall. He stays in the game in left field. Todd Frazier moves into third base. Defensive changes for Cincinnati in the bottom of the 9th, and flame-throwing left-hander Aroldis Chapman comes on.
Impressive numbers. Chapman doesn't like to give up hits.
So Chapman will take his 100-mile-an-hour fastball to the mound with him and go to work. And he will work against the pinch hitter Jose Tabata, who will hit for Travis Snyder. So the Pirates getting the right-handed bat in there against Chapman. As the Pirates now staring in the face something in maybe August they didn't think would be possible, and that is to not finish above 500. They lose today, that's not a possibility for 2012. Pitch to Tabata. Fastball at 97 up high, ball 1. The Pirates have beaten Chapman late before. They had a 10-inning victory in Cincinnati earlier this season when Barmes and McHenry had back-to-back doubles. And the Bucs ended up winning in extras at Great American Ballpark. And Chapman starts Tabata off with ball 2. 2-0. Taking all the way. 3 balls, no strikes. And This large crowd on Fan Appreciation Day would love to see the Pirates get the tying run aboard with nobody out. Shadows now between the mound and the plate. And that's ball 4. And the Pirates do indeed get the tying run aboard in the ninth. A 4-pitch walk issued by Aroldis Chapman. And the Pirates hoping they can bail out their closer, Joel Hanrahan. Chris Spire, the acting manager. Dusty Baker expected to return tomorrow in St. Louis for the final series of the season after being ill. Throw to first base, and Tabata is safe. He was almost caught leaning.
Yeah, he waited a long time before he made his move back to the bag.
Again, the throw to first. It gets away.
Look at the third.
And Tabata is going to run. He's heading for third base. The throw is way in time to get him.
Wow. I thought he would make it to third without even a play. And he was out by 12 feet.
My, oh my. The error on Chapman throwing it away.
It looks like he's going to make it to third. Look how far. Who was that, Valdez?
Valdez on the throw.
What a defensive play by Valdez. I cannot believe he was able to throw out Tabata from out there. Hannigan is out to say, hey, we just dodged a big bullet, but you got to start throwing some strikes. Watch this again. Look how far Valdez goes to get this ball and then turns and throws with something on it. It didn't take a step or anything, and he threw it in the air right on the money. Great defensive play by Valdez. But what a turn of events. I thought for sure Tabata was going to be at third base with nobody out. A great opportunity to tie the game. Wow.
2-0 pitch to Parmas. First strike thrown by Chapman. It's outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. The Pirates had a golden opportunity to get a man in scoring position with nobody out. Tabata thrown out going to third, and another walk is issued. 2 walks by Chapman to start the inning, and the Pirates with 1 out have the tying run aboard.
Well, so far the best offense with Chapman is just go up there and take.
Chase Darno standing behind Clint Hurdle. He may be used as a pinch runner here. And another ball delivered by Aroldis Chapman.
Last night? Yeah. He pinch hit for Barnes. Or pinch ran.
He did.
That was at third base.
And he scored in the 7th on Presley's double.
That was 2 runs scored last night.
2-0 to Barajas as Aroldis Chapman struggling to find the strike zone. Just a matter of time, you'd think, before he delivers a strike. Time is now 2-1. 2-1 pitch to Rod. There's a base hit. And the Pirates have the tying run at second base and the winning run at first in Barajas. And here comes Chase Darno to run for him. Well, we'll see what the Pirates can do. And Jose Tabata, who was thrown out trying to take 2 bases on a throwing error by Chapman to first, wondering what would be.
We're starting to get closer to that number 3 spot in the lineup.
McHenry on June 7th at Great American Ballpark with Barmes at second base. He doubles to the right center field gap. Barmes came all the way around to score, and the Bucs would win that game in extra innings. And Michael McHenry gets something done again against the hard-throwing lefty from Cuba. And Barmes happens to be at second base again.
There is action in the bullpen for the Reds.
McHenry takes ball 1.
Hey, one thing that's it's messing Chapman up a little bit here is Mark Carlson, home plate umpire, has really kind of tightened up the zone on him. I've been watching the little grid over on the monitor that I have to my right.
A strike to McHenry.
And just about every hitter that's come up there, he's put one in that grid that has been called a ball. Did it to Tabata, did it to Barmes. And there you see the first pitch down there to McHenry. So if you have somebody that's a little wild to begin with, and the zone tightens up on him, boy, yeah, there's big trouble. And that's what Chapman's going through right now.
Pirates trailing 4-3, 1 out, bottom of the 9th, 2 on. And the pitch. And McHenry pops this one up back of the plate and up into the seats. Count is now even to Michael. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
This one just right at the very top of the strike zone.
Struck him out looking. McHenry didn't like it. Now Chapman gets the call, and that's strike 3.
That time he got one at the edge of the strike zone for strike 3. Now he had been missing these as far as getting calls. This time, well, there it is at number 5. It's right there on the top edge. Breaking ball also.
Now the ball game rests on the shoulders of rookie Starling Marte. And he takes ball 1.
Hannigan had to really come up quick to get that 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Make sure the winning run did not get into second base.
Chapman ready for the 1-0. And here is the pitch. Marte waving a miss. 1-1. And ball and 1 strike to Starling Marte. Tying run is in scoring position. That's Barmes. Darno behind him at first. Strike 2, and the Pirates are down to their last strike against Cincinnati.
And that was another one of the borderline pitches. This one went. again to Chapman's favor. So early in the inning, first couple of hitters, he wasn't getting anything. Now he's starting to get the edges. That makes him real tough.
1-2, and the game is over. Marte strikes out. The Reds have taken 2 of 3 and a comeback win. And the Pirates, for the first time this year, when leading after 8 innings, have lost a ball game. They're now 69-1 when leading after 8, as the Reds pull off a 4-3 comeback victory with 2 runs in the 9th off closer Joel Hanrahan. Hanrahan will suffer the loss here this afternoon, and the Pirates are now guaranteed to finish under 500 for the 2012 season.
And it's kind of a tough thing to swallow, having to be below 500, but it really, you kind of saw it coming. It's tough to just win out the string. So today makes it official, and Cincinnati, they look like they're getting themselves in shape for a playoff run. But there's 3 more. Just can't do anything about what just happened. The Braves will be in town tomorrow.
4-3 the final score. Cincinnati wins it. Pirates looking stunned in the dugout. Let's send it over to the boys in section 103, Rob King and Kent Colby.
Tim and Bob, thanks very much. And you heard Tim mention the number 69-0 when the Pirates have been leading after 8 innings. That is now 69-1. Unfortunately, it crumbles in the last moment as Joel Hanrahan, who's been so good, 36 out of 39 save opportunities, loses 1 here, and the Bucs wind up losing the ball game with those 2 runs in the top of the 9th inning.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it really is kind of a microcosm of the last 2 months of the season when we were so good, so consistent, through the first part of the season, scoring runs, doing everything, then all of a sudden base running mistakes started showing up. You lost your focus. The bullpen that was lights out top to bottom started showing some knots. And, there was a lot of things today that happened. Joel Hanrahan has had a tremendous season. One of the rare ones that got away from him today. But, the way the club played today really is kind of indicative of why they were not able to continue to maintain what they did in the first half of the season.
Well, despite the loss for the Pirates today, 4-3, good crowds throughout the weekend, and the Pirates on Fan Appreciation Day giving fans the shirts off their back and signing some autographs. And it was for most of the season a great ride for the Buccos. Unfortunately, going to be marred by this final 6 weeks of the season. But Fan Appreciation Day, the Pirates players letting the fans know they appreciate their support and have all season long, drawing over 2 million fans here at PNC Park. Bucs lose by the final score of 4-3. We still have a lot coming your way in Pirates postgame, presented by Allegheny Sports Medicine. We have highlights from this game plus highlights from around the league. We'll tell you if some of these races have been finalized or teams eliminated today. We also have postgame reaction and Ask Teak all on the way in Pirates postgame, presented by Allegheny Sports Medicine.